Hallo alle sammen, og velkommen tilbake til I Love You, Colonel Sanders. Kanskje siste episode, hvem vet? Vi skal jo starte på dag 3 på skolen, og semesteret på skolen varte jo i 3 dager, skjønte jeg. Jeg ser nå her at Colonel Sanders har jo et bilde av seg selv, der hvor han, altså, som ser litt ut som den personen han så ut som da han var en person, holdt jeg på å si. Altså, han er jo død, men da han var levende og en person, og en gammel person, så han jo cirka sånn ut som på det bildet der sammen. I digress. Hva jeg digresser fra? Hvem vet? Vi skal starte med nå. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will tell. Okay. Today's a day that could change the rest of your life. Jeg føler at jeg leste det her forrige gang, men samme det. Kanskje ikke her. Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. Cool. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? Ooh. How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Oh. Var det du mente? Altså, jeg trodde du mente liksom at vi var sånn fin match, for at målet mitt her liksom at vi skal bli en greie. Da kan du si du og jeg, Colonel Sanders, altså du jo så flott og fin og matlaget og sånne ting, sånne greier. Så, skal vi se, hva var det? Snakker meg bort her nå. Such confidence, such grace, could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Vet du hva, vi flatter. Nå går vi all in. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Og det meg, ikke sant? Riktig businesspartner. Du begynner ikke å snakke med hun der Aeshleigh, eller hva det var noe het. Det lenge siden jeg spilte greiene, så jeg husker ikke helt hva som skjedde forrige gang. Men det skjedde noe, og det jo det som det viktigste. Business partner, could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. Det var jo smart gjort av meg. Jeg lur. Jeg kjempesmart, det. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. Stemmer denne skolen hadde sånn dritlangt navn som var vanskelig å si? You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Ok, så hun står fortsatt sånn, og har brøtet seg inn på rommet mitt, og det jo helt greit da, selvfølgelig. Where have you been? I was with Colonel Sanders. Because I had one heck of a night. Og vel, var det med Clank? Jeg vil ikke vite det. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, I was just... But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but... You will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. Ooh, me too, sort of. Kanskje på en måte, altså never mind. I think I can believe that. Since I've been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him, så du har gått på date med en kjøkkenmaskin, altså gratulerer så mye. Of course, I told him you'd better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. Det sier de alle. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me, so I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Snakker du da om selve, altså fallskjermhoppinga, eller han, eller altså... Ok, jeg får sikkert vite det nå. Now I'm not really sure where we stand. Det var jo synd da, stakkars deg som har vært på date med en kjøkkenmaskin og greier. By the way, jeg har vært på date med Colonel Sanders, så ikke for å skryte eller noe sånt, altså, men jeg best. Altså, jeg tror jeg vant den kvelden, for å si det sånn. Altså, hun hoppet i fallskjerm med en kjøkkenmaskin, jeg var på date med liksom Colonel Sanders, Colonel Sanders, og fikk frokost til hverandre. Altså, fikk du frokost av Clank? Nei, jeg trodde ikke det. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house where I spent the night with him. Yeah. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection, wowzers. Og jeg en sånn person som bruker ordet wowzers, ja. Akkurat. Litt skuffa, men greit. Miriam offers to support you no matter what you do, så den må jeg velge da. Jeg vil heller velge den, ja, som det ikke noe på. Neida, jeg måtte bare sjekke om det gikk. Together with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. Bortsett fra klikke meg videre, der ja. Ok, nå hopper jeg over litt grann, så ja, greit. Så der kommer jo tydeligvis den der rivalene da, han der Van og Aeshleigh. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on poop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Okay? Because, you know, he's poop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dipped too. Det lov å si, Aeshleigh. Jeg bare lurer. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school. There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, Durbert, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Never said anything about horse. No. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. Dessuten så det hvite øya dine, du burde få sjekka det. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up, ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Durbert, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Igjen så glemmer jeg hvordan stemme han skal ha, men jeg tror jeg driter i den stemmen akkurat nå, egentlig, skal jeg være helt ærlig. Bortsett fra Durbert, han høres sånn ut. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Oh my. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? Ja, ikke kom med det der blikket der, altså, Aeshleigh, det er ikke riktig sammenheng å blunke sånn. It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, Durbert, I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. Oh no, I've insulted the Colonel. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Durbert. Aww. Aeshleigh da. Balle. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Aeshleigh for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Aeshleigh, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, that's that book? It looks like bad news. Det er den boka, ja. Hvor kom du fra? It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine, it is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Cast a forbidden spell. Don't do it after all. Vet du hva? Altså, vi må prøve. You begin to recite the spell, but you stumble on the words, and the only effect it seems to have is to make you forget what it is you were doing. Ok, så jeg husker ikke hva jeg holdt på med nå. Nei, men det er jo greit. Alright, after looking at the page again, it comes rushing back to you. You've got a memory erasing spell. Ja, greit da. Jeg kan ikke gjøre det, fordi da bare glemmer jeg det. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Reach for some old homework to give him as a snack. Okay. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. Vi venter og ser. Vi har ikke lyst til å gjøre en sur igjen. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence? I told you never to come back here, Terrence! I will destroy you, Terrence! Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? Antageligvis var det Sprinkles som gjorde det da. You'd be better to not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again. Yeah, Terrence, fuck off. After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence but any other squirrel in his hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Durbert, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. Hva har jeg gjort for noe? Jeg vet ikke. You see, but before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by whirs and sparks coming from the back of the room. Hvorfor må jeg velge det? Det bare... I told you to save it for after class. Bzz, hva er det Clank sier, for nå har han blitt lei seg i hvert fall. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. Det kommer jeg sannsynligvis aldri til å gjøre heller. Whir. But no, you had to show off to your cool kid friends Jeff and Joan. J and J forever. Blah, blah. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. Okay, så Miriam skjønner jo tydeligvis hva han sier, og nå sa han tydeligvis noe som hun ble lei seg for. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care. Sad beep. Okay, sad kick. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. Bra, Miriam, du drepte Clank. No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. Ja, ok, jeg skjønner. Whatever. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. Kanskje det han gikk til Arne sin sko. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead, the final competition showdown challenge exam. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Well, var det Miriam? Ok, jeg trodde det var Colonel Sanders, men Miriam sikkert beautiful soul også. Hey Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. Og du, ikke ta sånn av, herregud. How could he embarrass me in class like that in front of everyone? Altså, hvis det en trøst, var det ingen andre som skjønte hva han sa enn du, så det var du som egentlig gjorde grovarbeidet ved å drite deg ut, da. Men ja. Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me? Of course not. Well, maybe, sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Poop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. How? Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. While you were pep-talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch. But that's okay because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You've decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge, a test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent, and a chance to beat the pants off of Van, the supposed man, and his eviler counterpart, Aeshleigh. Du verden. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on, Durbert's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Durbert, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. I am. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Ignore it like there was no sound at all. Fess up about your practice dish. Vet du hva? Jeg føler, altså, vi må jo utdanne oss, ikke sant? Vi tar det smarte da. Ok, you got me. Pluss at vi ærlige med Colonel Sanders, og da blir han jo sikkert mer, altså, stoler mer på oss da, vet du. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. Man? You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie, with an all-butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Haha, no, I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. Jeg vet hva det betyr. Tender love and care. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. That's what she said? The moment of truth. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. Also, I brought back my chicken stick. Sa han. Tydeligvis han tenkte det, og så sa han det også. I've always loved country cooking and I could eat this all day. Gøy. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules. That is except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off for a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just dishes that'll put you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Aeshleigh are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has a giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve them something perfect. His original recipe, registered trademark, fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken and it levitates through the air. Egg wash. Okay, det betyr sikkert noe gøy. Miriam furiously injects ingredients into a itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend Blaster. Van flexes his pectorals as he chops up open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid. Aeshleigh scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Nå blir det her veldig anime. Liker det. Even Clank gets in on it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Har du lært deg å snakke da? Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity as it was foretold. We mustn't let it happen or the appliance uprising will take us all. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. Så ok, så da har ikke han noe mer? Greit. Og der spillet seg opp, eller? Nei. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Aeshleigh has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? Nei, nå skal vi gjøre det der ordentlig. Det finnes ikke noe snarveier i livet. Det er en løgn, det gjør det. Det finnes masse snarveier i livet. Herregud. Men vi skal ikke ta inn akkurat nå, er det som er poenget mitt. Who needs magic when you've got passion? Gandalf, kanskje? Jeg tror magien hans er bedre enn passion. I'm going to do it the hard way, that's what she said again. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Durbert. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Durbert, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. Fint, Miriam. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time, I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Nei, men gøy. Oh, that's sweet, but... Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. Miriam, nå kan det hende at du ødela alt, egentlig. It's the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up, and where in the world did she get Eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. Så nå... Ok. Jeg ser hva som skjer, så det som skjer nå er at nå kom The Flying Spaghetti Monster, eller Noodle Monster eventuelt, så det er jeg som startet pastafari-religion. Religion. Jeg vet jeg er en veldig person som får ting til å skje. Der kom Spork Monster igjen. It is I, Steve, the Spork Monster. Steve? Wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We Spork Monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off. But you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle. So I'd say you're doing pretty all right. Jeg vet ikke om noen hørte hva jeg sa der. Det hørtes jo helt grusomt ut, men ja, samme det. Oh, hey. You're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Spork Monster notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscrossed some magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh? Yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup, back in the old country. You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school that I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up... You toss a serious stare at Steve and he takes the hint. Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. You summon extra power from deep down within yourself, eller give up and drop out of culinary school. Jeg tror vi tar den øverste her, for jeg har ikke lyst til å droppe ut, ikke sant? Det blir bare tull. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. Igjen veldig anime av det. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, Durbert, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. Var ikke det som var planen min, og så gikk det av det, men ja. The power you'd been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off of the ground, energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything, except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. Damn it. But don't worry, dear Durbert. You may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. Nice. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the tests? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. Shut. What? A guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects and surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting, if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students. With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Poop? Clank. From off-screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. Poop. I'm flying. Hvor du hen? Jeg vil ikke vite det. It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside of the closet you see Poop hanging on a broom hook off by the elastic of his underpants. Poop, get down from there right now. Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Poop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. Ja, ok, så du skal ikke anerkjenne at det var han der Van som var han var skyldig i det da? Og det var hans feil liksom? Nei, samme dritten, jeg liker ikke Poop uansett. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history. But it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks. Clank. Where did that pressure cooker roll off to do? You wait to hear a signature word beep or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Onomatopoeia. Also some onomatopoeticon. Yeah, whatever. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That only leaves 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Ja, hele 3 dager. Dritlangt. Wow. 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I've made tender... Okay, det var jo... Tender udon noodles in a savory soup. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles, and some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on, I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much, it was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Selvfølgelig, for det var jeg som... Ja. Thank you, Durbert, for helping me to believe in myself. Bare hyggelig, det var bare stas. Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made... Uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar. Yeah. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second different color type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof woof. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Youch, my tongue. The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction from the sting, to the sting. I can't eat this. It keeps poking at my tongue. Disqualified. Ha! Loser. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Yeah, smart. Dejected Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified? For glamour? Don't discount simplicity. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know, yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk, get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Aeshleigh, it's time to step up. Hvorfor ser det sinna ut? Vet han at hun kommer til å drite seg ut, eller? Now describe your dish, no one greia. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rose water syrup topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. Okay. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food? At a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Durbert? I told you it's a display piece. Aeshleigh, I must say it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating School for the Hungry. Så det är en grej alltså. Okay. I suppose you can smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard, you might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Aeshleigh and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Aeshleigh storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. Noe sier meg at det kommer til å funke bedre for oss. This isn't the last you've heard of me, either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. Two chefs. What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing, and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I've never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. Det är ju lite juks då. You pass, and you get a pass. Okay, Oprah Winfrey? Tack ska du ha. Fint. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. Det som skedde med mig en gång. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even Van and Aeshleigh are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on. How could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment, to get their groove on. Okay. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. Jag vill inte läsa det grejen där. You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Aeshleigh tell everyone that they're committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's a spork monster. He's totally mellowed out. Everyone, the spork monster is no more. From here out, I'd prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? Vem tror du? Hvis det er noen andre enn Colonel Sanders nå, så blir jeg veldig skuffet. Det var noen andre enn Colonel Sanders, jeg er veldig skuffet. Det var Poop. It's Poop. He arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat. A crown? Welcome back, Poop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, really? Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of Chancellor such and such. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. Clank da. It's Clank who arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. La meg gjette, det er egentlig en gutt inni en maskin. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew it this whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I've just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she has managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand. Kinda. Humans are weird. The portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Okay, bye Clank. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Ikke sant? Nå vet vi det, for nå kommer rosebladene flagger inn i lufta og sånn. Ikke sant? Howdy, classmates. Se på han, casual. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. Da kommer vi til reklamedelen. The end? Altså, hæ? No, it's not the... takk skal du ha, Miriam. You saved us all from this fuckery. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Durbert, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, I don't know, a spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Durbert. How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be? You've found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school? Oh, my dear Durbert, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end. Det the end denne gangen? Eller det... Der stoppet musikken av, og det en hvit skjerm. Der kom den, ja. Ja, vi på starten nå. Da får vi den der filmen som sånn kjempe... Ok, nei, men da vi ferdig med dette her da. Det sikkert flere måter å avslutte greiene her på, sånn at du både kan få love interest og respekt som kokk eller et eller annet sånt fra han Colonel Sanders, men jeg merker at jeg ikke så veldig gira på å finne ut av det, skal jeg være helt ærlig. Men altså med tanke på at dette var en dating-simulator, så vil jeg jo si at vi fikk til, altså vi nådde jo målet da. Det var jo dating, ikke sant? Og det var jo det vi har gjort. Vi offisielt dater Colonel Sanders, og det jo stas, sikkert. Så når vi ferdig med det greiene her nå, hva syns vi egentlig? Altså det jo en helt standard, sånn basic visual novel i anime-stil, sånn som 98% av alle visual novels på Steam kanskje til og med 99, hvem vet? Ikke helt min greie. Altså, det ikke så mye annet å si enn det. Altså musikken jo grei, tegningene jo fine og sånne ting. Den standardstilen, karakterene rangeres liksom fra normale til irriterende til bare snodige og unødvendige, men altså som jeg har sagt sikkert både 2 og 3 ganger før, så jo dette her, det jo en reklame for KFC, ikke sant? Bare forkledd som en useriøs visual novel, liksom. Det jo ikke meningen at det her skal være en sånn dyp historie og skal tas sånn superseriøst. Det jo ikke det. Det skjønner jo alle som har mer enn 3 hjerneceller, så ja, jeg sa det. Men uansett, det ikke så mye mer å si om det egentlig, så tror vi bare stopper der, da. Det jo ikke noe vits å dra det her ut noe lenger, unødvendig. Nei, men uansett, tusen takk for at du så på, så ses vi i neste video. Ha det bra!